What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope you all are having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH, this was a hot mess. Um, First of all, Nicholas is back. I'm like, oh hell. Nicholas done popped his ass back up in Port Charles. I don't know how I feel about what he was saying as far as like, oh, I'm not the one who's been sending you those pictures and all that stuff. I didn't kill Austin. I ain't do none of that. So if your ass ain't doing it, who is doing it then? If it ain't you. Because that only leaves you or Cypress. Um, but I totally get where Ava coming from because I do agree with Ava. I feel like her and Nicholas definitely reached a point of no return in their relationship. Could I see them get back together down the line? Yeah. But I feel like at this point, he got to do major damage control first. Like, he got a lot of kissing up to do. Because they're at a point of no return at this point. Like, him threatening to take her daughter, that's a big no-no. So I could definitely see why she was like, no, it ain't gonna happen. Because they were definitely toxic together. Like, their relationship was very much combative. Like, I loved them when they were together and they were happy because they were freaky. Like, if you see some of the bedroom antics they was up in there doing, they look like they into BDSM. Like, they were some freaks. Like, they were into some real kinky shit. But I love the chemistry between them too, though. But I feel like Nicholas, he need to beg a little bit more before she, let him back up in that kitty cat. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, she need to play hard to get for a while. But I do agree with Nicholas on one thing, though. I do feel like Ava may need to team up with him on this Esme thing. I do. I agree. Because Esme, with her memories back, even though they all don't know she got her memory back, I agree with Nicholas. Esme need to get got before she get y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to get the drop on that witch. Because that heifer is deadly. Like, you need to take that witch out. So I agree with Nicholas on that. Y'all need to come together for that. Even though Ava got her own mess going on, because if it wasn't Nicholas doing all these shenanigans to her, then whoever's doing it is still out there. So she still need to watch her back. Even though he claimed he didn't come back for revenge or whatever, we'll see. So moving on from that, I felt bad for Carly, because I know that's hard for her, the shock of losing your mama and stuff like that. Like, you seen the red all over her face, like the crying. It was just crazy. Like, you could see how distraught she was. The only thing I had an issue with her scenes today was when she said, oh, Bobby taught me to be a good person. Where? Carly got her moments. Don't get me wrong. Like, she got her moments, but 95% of the time, she's a straight up bitch. Like, let's be honest. So, good person, where at? I'm just saying, like, when were you a good person? Decent, I will give Carly that. She's been, decent, but a good person, I wouldn't say that much. I just hate when people die and the loved ones want to sit there and blame themselves. Like, I hate that. Carly need to stop blaming herself for what happened to her mother. Like, she died peacefully in her sleep, and there was nothing Carly could have done about that. Because I'm pretty sure even if Bobby was in Port Charles, she still would have passed in her sleep or whatever the case. Like, you got to think, like, there's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's God's will. What can you do? Stop blaming yourself. Because I know she got a lot of regret and stuff like that because of past. But at the end of the day, there's no need to keep bringing up, oh, I came to destroy her life. That was all the past. That was forgiven. You know what I'm saying? They built a tight relationship because of that. Well, after that, they built a pretty tight relationship. So she need to just think about the good times and not when she initially came to town. The past is the past. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it, Her and her mother made up. Her mother forgave her. Move on from it. I know she got a lot of regrets and stuff, but, her and Bobby had a pretty damn tight, close relationship. So I would, revel in that, be happy with that, satisfied with it, But I'm glad, Drew and everybody gonna make some calls and, get Bobby's body shipped back to Port Charles and stuff so they can give her a proper burial. Thank God. I was looking at Nina when Nina popped up at the house. I'm like, Miss Nina, now is not the time. Now ain't the time to bury your soul. Speaking of Nina, I was so annoyed when Sonny was like, oh, you need to go to Carly's house and tell her what happened. and this, that, and the third, pretty much demanding that she go to Carly house. I'm like, no, 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 no. I wouldn't be doing shit. The only thing I would be listen, Nina better than me. Because if I was in her shoe and I was standing there and you got Sonny telling me, oh, well, you need to go to her house and tell her what happened and apologize or do whatever, whatever. I would have looked at him and said, listen, because you know me, I got a smart mouth. I would have been like, listen, I'm telling you what happened. Yeah, I messed up and did that shit out of spite, a little bit out of spite or whatever. But I'm only telling you, I'm sorry for the pain that it may cause you, because I know that's your baby mom. But I ain't going to her house. We gonna go to our house is what we gonna do. Okay, you gonna bring your ass on. That's the most you would have got out of me. I'm being real. Like, that's the most you would have got out of me, because Sonny was doing too much. Go to her house right now. Yeah, no, that's not happening, sir. It's well past midnight. I'm going to fuck home. You can either come on or stay here. That's all that conversation would have been, because no, you can come on or you can stay here for the night. You do what you do, but I'm going home. That's how I would have been. That's how my whole attitude would have been. What you mean go to her house? Yeah, okay, no. See, Nina was tripping showing up to Carly house. Like, no, I would have went right on home. I'm not surprised by Sonny's reaction though, but for him to sit there and say, "Oh, Drew did go to prison and stuff." Okay, Drew went to prison because his dumb ass chose to go to prison. Like, I don't know why people keep forgetting that little fact. And I'm glad, Nina let it be known. She was like, "Well, they were guilty." I'm like, exactly. That whole scene was hilarious to me. And when Nina basically told Sonny, "Oh, well, this can't be the end of us. I won't let it be." And that that crazy look Nina be getting in her eyes when she raised her eyebrows up and she look all crazy, like when she like do like this to you. Like when she look at you like that, she had that crazy look in her eye. I said, "Sonny, when she told you she not gonna let this be over, she meant that." Cause I seen that crazy look. She meant that shit. So you might want to watch it back, cause she will treat you like homegirl did in Misery. She will be your Kathy Bates. I'm just saying. You better watch it back. She will have you tied up in the bedroom until she can make you take her back and forgive her. So you might want to watch it a little back. That whole argument I'm so glad that Willow lit into Michael's ass about the fact that he known about this for the last couple months and ain't say nothing. I'm glad she lit into him. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad she started putting the pieces together, because when she mentioned how Nina's been distant lately, making up every excuse in the book not to spend time with her, she's starting to put the pieces together that Michael was the reason she did that. And it was crazy how Michael threw her cancer in her face. I said, "Damn, Michael, you really want to sleep in a hotel tonight, huh? Like, you either gonna sleep in a hotel, the guest room, or the couch, because you damn sure ain't gonna be sleeping in the same bed with her," with that little comment. "Oh, like you hid your cancer from me?" I said, oh, we bringing that up. Part of me feel like he got a point for bringing that up, though. It is a valid point in a way. It's different. Don't get me wrong. It's a point, but the situations are different. It's not totally the same situation, but I get where he was going with that point, though. Because even I felt like she should have told Michael after some point. Like, I get not telling him the first couple days or whatever, but once you got pregnant and you get weaker and weaker and stuff, yeah, you should have told that brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have been told him at least a week after. I give you a few days as a grace period. You know what I'm saying? But after that, she definitely should have told him. So I give Michael that one. But I'm glad she lit into his ass, though, because Michael, in my opinion, he did it for his own selfish reasons. He didn't do it for Willow. He kept telling himself he was doing it for Willow and the kids and, "Oh, I'm protecting you." No, you're not. You're protecting yourself. You're doing that shit for yourself, good bro. So I'm glad Willow lit into his ass. I just hope that this doesn't completely derail all the progress that her and Nina have made, because they made some great strides. And it would suck for them to have to go back to square one over this nonsense. And I thank God that the secret is finally out, because I do not want to hear SEC no more. I am so tired of hearing the word SEC. I'm like, it's just so tiring to hear that shit. You've been hearing it for months on months on months. Like, Jesus. So anyway, moving on from that, I get where BLQ coming from. You know what I'm saying? BLQ had a point, in telling Tracy, "Listen, you need to go get you a life. Like, you need to go have you some fun. Life is short. And I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because Tracy do. Like, you got people out enjoying themselves and you just at home by yourself watching the ball drop. Tracy wasn't having it. She was like, listen, you will not be smirched Dick Clark up in here. I ain't mad at Tracy, though, because Tracy was like, listen, I celebrate how I want to celebrate. And I agree, as you should. But I do think BLQ was on to something. Like, you still got to live your life. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. Do I think it's with Scott Baldwin? Hell no. Because even if Scott wasn't trying to play her, I would never want to see Tracy and Scott together. No. Tracy was offended when Chase and BLQ mentioned her rekindling with Scott or whatever. She looked at them. She was like, She said, I would never go that low. She said, absolutely not. Like, she looked hella offended. Like, Scott is the bottom of the barrel for me. Like, no, no. She said, I would never be that low in my life to go turn to Scott Baldwin. Absolutely not. I couldn't even believe BLQ done, she done downloaded a app for her, I guess Instagram or something or whatever she downloaded for her or whatever to get on social media or whatever, start getting active. And Tracy don't even know that her downloading that app for her was a blessing in disguise. Because remember the picture at dinner that Laura, Kevin, and Martin took, because Laura was like, oh, I gotta be more active on social media and stuff. Because Jordan was like, oh, as mayor, I need to be more active. So when they took that group photo together, come to find out, Lucy and Scott ass was in the background of that photo at the bar. And Tracy looked at that shit. And Tracy seen them in the background. She was like, got you. Damn, so now Tracy know they scheming. She know it. She know they scheming against her. I said, got y'all ass caught, because Lucy was definitely, reaming Scott out, because she was like, listen, stop with all these fast ass flirting texts and stuff, because you're gonna give the shit away. Then you got quotation marks or whatever the hell all up in the text, and then you sending out the wrong emojis. I'm like, Scott old ass don't know nothing about emojis. He's sending out the wrong emojis that he think means something, but they mean something else. I'm like, oh, poor Scott. Somebody need to give him a class in social media etiquette and emoji etiquette. Like, you need to learn how to use these emojis, sir. And the texts that he was sending out were way too, like, he was coming on too strong with his rap. Like, he was coming on way too strong. And it would have been a dead giveaway. And Tracy wasn't even interested to begin with. Like, she hated the fact that she even responded to one of his texts. Because by her responding to one text, it opened the floodgates to all other text messages. Like, Tracy is not interested at all. I mean, Lucy had a decent plan, but it's like, I don't think it was a fully thought out plan. I don't think that plan was she ain't fully fleshed that one out, because I agree with Scott. Tracy not going to fall for the same thing again that she did with Luke. Getting drunk, being in Vegas again and stuff like that. It's the odds of that happening are very slim. Slim to damn near none of that happening. Like, I get where Lucy coming from. Oh, Tracy always make the same mistake. I get it. But the odds of her marrying Scott in the same fashion that she married Luke, I don't see it. It was a good try. I give him a little grade for effort, not an A for effort, but you're gonna get a C. I'll give you a C minus for effort. I just had a feeling that little plan wasn't gonna work. It's funny though, but I just knew it wasn't gonna work, because Kevin was looking at them like, Kevin was so irritated that they were sitting together at the bar, because he knew they was up to shenanigans. He knew it. And I felt bad for Laura and stuff when she found out about Bobby's death. And I loved the little flashbacks that they was playing and whatnot. I felt bad. Everybody came together to reminisce a little bit about Bobby. And I love how they respected the family's privacy by not, running around town saying nothing, because, Carly may have not told her kids yet. You know what I'm saying? Which she hasn't. She hasn't been able to tell Jocelyn and them yet about Bobby. So I love that Laura, was like, listen, get him a little grace period, get him a little time, to tell her family and stuff about this before, we make it fully public and whatnot. So I totally agree, but that was just sad. To keep losing these veterans, I hate it, because Bobby was definitely a dynamic woman. Definitely a Spencer. And I love the fact that Martin wasn't even fazed by the fact that Lucy and Scott were sitting next to each other. He didn't give a damn about that. He was like, listen, if she could forgive me for being around my ex and anything that just recently happened, I could damn sure trust her. Listen, Martin was like, I am tired of being in the doghouse with that woman. Martin said, nope, I need to get out the puppy house. I need to go back to the main home and get back in the cuddles, get back in the bed and cuddle. Because he was tired of being lonely. He said, nope, I ain't about to rock the boat. Absolutely not. I'm going to be back by my woman's side. I ain't mad at you, Martin. He said, nope, let that go. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.